KPRC2 News begins right now with breaking news.
And we are tracking two breaking news stories right now. First, in the San Leon area of Galveston County, a woman was shot and killed, and a man is in critical condition right now. Sheriff's deputies were called to the scene on 25th Street and Broadway late this evening. Investigators saying the woman had been shot several times and died at the scene. The man was flown to the hospital. When we last checked, deputies were not searching for a suspect right away, but we will continue to track developments in this investigation on air and on our website, click2houston.com.
Also breaking tonight, American journalist Grant Wahl has died in Qatar while covering the World Cup. Wahl was one of the most well-known soccer writers in the United States. Other members of the media seated near him said he collapsed in his seat. Wahl drew international attention during this year's World Cup after saying he was briefly stopped from attending a match because he was wearing a rainbow-colored T-shirt. Rainbow-colored armbands, shirts, and other items have been a focus of attention during the tournament, in part over Qatar's stance on LGBTQ rights. Stay with KPRC2 and click2houston.com as details unfold in this developing story. New at 10, the FBI and Houston police are working together to find more victims in attacks against trans people. Thank you for joining us. I'm Keith Garman.
Good evening. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, investigators say Salih Ali Alamoud would set up fake dates through the Grindr dating app and then assault the victims in their homes. KPRC2's Devin Clark live tonight in the Montrose Center area where LGBTQ advocates, Devin, are offering advice and support to the community.
Daniela, Keith, despite all the strides made towards LGBTQ rights, staff here at the Montrose Center says violent crimes against trans people has increased over the past few years. And as one of the city's oldest LGBTQ clubs gets ready to celebrate a milestone anniversary this weekend, safety is at top of mind.
This is something that's really concerning for us.
Kidnapping, possession of a firearm during a crime of violence, committing a hate crime, all offenses that Salih Alamoud has been federally charged with and could land him in prison for life.
We've seen an instance of a young man targeting trans individuals on a gay dating app called Grindr.
Officials say on one of the occasions, 28-year-old Alamoud set up a date with a trans woman. Then, once at her home, tried to rob her, hit her with a pistol, stomped on her face and chest, told her she was going to die, and called her a demon, amongst other homosexual slurs, attributing his behavior to religion.
From 2017 to 2021, it was a 93% increase in violent crime against the trans community. And oftentimes it's trans women of color that are the ones that are being targeted.
It's terrifying.
Eden Torres says she too has been a victim of transgender hatred.
I met up with a guy, I went to his house, we had a very lovely evening, but at the end of the night, he decided something triggered him. And so he locked me in his apartment, he physically assaulted me.
Torres says she was able to escape after de-escalating the situation amid increased violence toward LGBTQ people, like the recent LGBTQ nightclub shooting in Colorado. Clubs in Montrose, like Ripcord, hosting its 40th anniversary bash this weekend, have ramped up safety measures.
We have more security, we have door staff, even then we have daily checkouts on bags as well when they walk in.
Another safety tip, if you're going on a date, let someone know the details, someone you know and trust. As for Alamoud, he's behind bars, but the FBI and Houston police believe there may be other victims. If you know someone who is a victim, you're asked to give them a call. We'll have that information on our website, click2houston.com. Reporting live outside of the Montrose Center, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
Devin, thank you.
Thank you, Devin. All right, conditions are warm and muggy tonight, but we are watching weekend storms.
Yeah, let's get right over to KPRC2 meteorologist Justin Stapleton in for Frank. And it's been muggy, and we're trying to make plans this weekend. What's the timeline?
Timeline is thankfully should be okay for plans both Saturday and Sunday. We're talking about like late tomorrow night, early into Sunday morning. Right. So that's kind of the best time for it to come on through. Right now, we've been watching Where's the Fog. It's not here at the studio right now. That's a live look from our tower cam. We've got anywhere from the low 70s, right around 70 towards Galveston. We'll take a live look there in a sec. Still 73 out in Brenham and Huntsville. So the temperatures are just a little above where the dew point is. Dew point's to measure the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. Those are all sitting in the upper 60s. So once the temperature gets to that, which I expect it to, What you're seeing down there on the seawall now will likely be fogged out as we go throughout the rest of the night. Starting to see it pick up over towards the north end of the bay there, right around Kemah, Seabrook, Deer Park. Same thing down to Pearland and Angleton. Okay on the island so far and elsewhere inland, but it will start to swallow up as we go into tonight. No dense fog advisories just yet. Out towards the bay, we've got a marine dense fog advisory for the ship channel as well. But I do expect to see that by tomorrow morning. Be ready for it. Not only that, pretty strong southeast wind will continue to keep us on the sticky side for tonight. Highs there, lows there. Those are going to meet as we get in towards tomorrow. Danny, we'll talk about the timing of that for that and, of course, the rest of the work week forecast coming up.
All right, Justin, thank you. Well, the bodies of 3 men have been found in Houston bayous over the past month, and police don't have a lot of information as to what happened to them, and their families are desperate for answers. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee joined one of those families today to call for a deeper investigation. KPRC 2's Brandon Walker breaks down those details.
Breaking news now on
Monday, November 28th. Breaking news, an answer as to the whereabouts of Delano Burks. His body found in the Houston Ship Channel, yet beyond bits and pieces of surveillance video showing what's believed to have been his final moments. Very few clues Friday as to the question, what happened?
Hopefully someone can help us, give us some tips.
Burks's mother begging for witnesses nearly 1 month after surveillance video recorded him stumbling out of McIntyre's bar in the Heights area on Saturday, November 12th. This map strings together 3 of the bars Burks's family says he visited that night.
He was at Austin's, he was at McIntyre, he was at Moonshine Deck, he was at Wooster's, he was at Raw Sushi, he was at Holman's.
Burks's family joined Friday by Crime Stoppers, community leaders too.
Coroner made it clear there's no determination of death. It is pending.
That includes a toxicology report. Burks's family believes he was drugged and say it doesn't make sense that he would go from bar hopping to falling into a bayou.
Delano was a kind, sweet, generous person, and somebody like that doesn't just randomly end up in the ship channel.
Burks was one of 3 men recently found dead in Houston area waterways. His family wonders if they're connected, but Houston police saying there is not a link. Chief Troy Finner taking to Twitter to say, while we are currently awaiting final autopsy reports, we have no signs of trauma or foul play.
Please do the moral thing.
Come forward the message if you know something about what happened the night Delano Burks stumbled outside, never returned home.
We're still looking for answers, y'all. Yeah. And we need them.
I'm Brandon Walker, KPRC 2 News.
Brandon, thank you. A man charged with murdering his wife and wounding his young stepson was sentenced to 40 years in prison. Jeffrey Fontenot pled guilty to murder and aggravated assault of a family member for the 2020 incident. On the day after Christmas, he claimed that he shot his wife at their spring home out of frustration. He has been given 40 years for murder, 20 years for aggravated assault, which will run concurrently. Fontenot must serve at least half of the sentence before being eligible for parole. All right, and now that Houston native WNBA player Brittany Griner is back in the United States after this week's prisoner swap with Russia, we are hearing details about what her life was like in Russian custody. Griner's attorney said the basketball star cut her hair about 2 weeks ago because her wet hair after she took a shower made it too cold for Russian winter. So she also faced physical challenges, she said, while trying to work hard labor. Her group was assigned to make uniforms, but Griner's hands were too large to manage the sewing. And at 6 feet 9 inches tall, she was too tall, she said, to sit at the work tables. Instead, she carried fabric all day. And with her return, Brittany Griner is beginning the road to recovery at this point after military doctors checked her out physically and mentally, and her overall health. The Houston native was reunited with her wife. Celebrities and professional athletes like Golden State Warrior, we just saw there, Steph Curry, sent Griner messages of support. The U.S. is being criticized for trading Brittany Griner for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, who was serving a 25-year sentence for conspiring to kill Americans. In response, the White House said they will continue to protect U.S. security interests and make sure Victor Bout does not become a threat to American lives again.